It is Saturday, August 1st, 2026, and you are listening to Blue Lightning Daily, the podcast that was, assembled by a swarm of AI tools that definitely talk behind our backs. I'm Hunter.
And I'm Riley. Also, if the audio suddenly sounds like a dolphin in a tin can, just know the robots did their best and we kept it in. For science.
Today's main story, MiniMax is rolling out MiniMax H3, also branded as Hailuo 3.0, and it's aiming right at what creators have been begging for. Done in one render, 2K video output plus synchronized native stereo audio.
Which is kind of the holy grail for I need a usable clip today, not I need a beautiful silent film and then a whole separate emotional support workflow to add sound.
Exactly. This is a big shift from AI video being a storyboard machine to being a production ingredient. Not Final Cut, but something you can actually hand to an editor without being like, okay, so ignore the weird mouth, and also it has no sound, and also I upscaled it in 3 different apps.
Hold up, Hunter. I'm excited, but I'm also suspicious. Video plus audio together sounds amazing until the audio is like haunted. So what's the first part of the pipeline this actually replaces?
The glue work, the technical assembly. If your current process is generate a clip, upscale it, generate voiceover somewhere else, pull music from a library, add sound effects, sync it, then export a draft. H3 is trying to compress that into generate and then edit.
Yeah, like you still need taste, you still need pacing, you still need captions, cut downs, and all that. But you might not need to do the, okay, now I'm a part-time audio engineer step just to get something watchable.
That's the promise, especially because H3 is also leaning hard into reference control. There's a first and last frame workflow in their docs. You give it a start frame, an end frame, and a prompt, and it generates the motion between them.
That's huge for ads. Like, if I can guarantee the last frame lands on a clean product hero shot, my editor can actually build a real sequence instead of praying the model ends on something that doesn't look like a sleep paralysis demon.
Exactly. That last frame target is basically a gift to anyone doing performance creative. You can design around the edit. It's not just vibes, it's hit this moment.
Okay, but audio. Let's talk about the giveaway. What's your tell that the sound is AI? Like the thing that makes an editor groan immediately?
For me, it's the spatial logic. Stereo that doesn't match the camera, like the scene cuts to a wide shot but the audio stays pinned like the mic is inside the character's skull. Or ambience that loops too perfectly, like a background track that never breathes.
Yes. And also the over-polite sound design. Like every footstep is the exact same volume, every room tone is too clean. Real life is messy. AI audio often sounds like it was mixed by someone who's never been outside.
The fix is still human in the loop. Even if H3 gives you synced audio, you're probably still doing a quick pass, normalize levels, swap music, maybe replace key effects, maybe revoice if you need brand-safe, consistent VO.
Or you keep the generated audio as a scratch track, right? Like, it's good enough to test the hook and pacing, then you redo the audio for final. That's still a massive win for speed.
And it helps with volume. If you're doing lots of variants, having audio included means you're not doubling your workload just to make each variant feel real.
Speaking of volume, this week's ecosystem vibes are basically AI video is in its template era. Everyone's trying to make outputs repeatable, not just impressive once.
Totally. And we've been covering adjacent stuff that matters here, like SAGA, that research system for AI video provenance. It's not just is this fake, it's which generator likely made this.
Which is going to matter a lot when brands start running tons of AI video and then somebody reposts it with edits and claims it's from some sketchy source. Or worse, someone makes a fake ad from your brand. Provenance becomes customer support for reality.
And there's also the NVIDIA-led Open Secure AI Alliance push. It sounds enterprisey, but the creator translation is simple. More agent workflows are getting wired into real tools, and security has to be boring and strong.
Right, because the moment your automation can upload, schedule, and publish, it's not just a little helper. It's an intern with admin access and no fear.
And then OpenAI's been nudging people toward the Responses API, pushing retained reasoning and context compaction. Again, sounds devy, but it's relevant because creator pipelines are multi-step. Reliability across steps is the whole game.
Okay, wait, bring that back to H3. Because done in one render is also a multi-step problem. People want fewer tools. But we've learned the hard way. Fewer tools can also mean fewer control points.
True, and that's where I want to temper the hype. H3 doesn't replace the edit, it doesn't replace approvals, it doesn't replace brand judgment. It replaces some of the annoying in-between stuff.
And maybe it replaces some early ideation too. Like, instead of making a silent animatic and then imagining the sound, you can get a cut-ready draft scene with audio mood built in. That's legit.
Now, who should be most excited about first and last frame control? I'm leaning agencies and ad teams, because repeatability is money.
I'm going to argue e-commerce too. Product video is all about consistency. Same object, same vibe, different promo. If omni-reference stacking works the way people are saying, you can feed it product shots, a background style, maybe even an audio cue, and get outputs that feel like they belong to the same campaign.
The omni-reference angle is sneaky powerful. It's not perfect logo placement, nothing is, but it increases the odds your batch shares DNA.
But also, reference prison, that thing where everything is consistent and also dead inside. How do you avoid that?
You bake variation into the creative brief. Keep the brand anchors fixed, like palette, wardrobe, product geometry, keyframes, but deliberately rotate camera language, lighting mood, environment details, and pacing, like a template with room to breathe.
Yes, like you're running a show Bible, not a clone factory. Give the model boundaries, not handcuffs.
Another spicy piece, the open weights rumor. People are saying H3 might go open weights soon, but official clarity and licensing isn't consistently published yet across MiniMax surfaces.
If it actually happens, creators could see a wave of H3-powered apps that compete on user experience instead of access. That's good. Also, it will stress test the model instantly. The internet will find the cracks in like 15 minutes.
And the realistic upside for creators is probably more tool choice and potentially lower costs over time, depending on how licensing and hosting shake out.
The downside is style commoditization speedrunning. Like your cool look becomes a preset someone names Cinematic Brandwave and sells for $9.
Which is why your actual moat is still taste, storytelling, and distribution. The model is a brush, not your personality.
Also, quick reality check on access. The rollout is split. It's live in the Hailuo ecosystem and partner platforms, but MiniMax's public API docs aren't totally standardized on model naming everywhere yet. So if you need procurement-grade predictability, you might wait a beat.
But if you're a creator who can experiment, this is the moment. Especially if your current pain is, I have visuals, now I need audio, now I need syncing, now I need to export 10 versions.
My meme caption for this update is, when the video model finally understands that silence is not a vibe, it's a task list.
Perfect. All right, that's the rundown. MiniMax H3 going for 2K plus native stereo audio with stronger reference control like first and last frames and omni-reference stacking. It's a push toward fewer pipeline hops and more repeatable outputs for content ops.
And in the background, provenance tooling like SAGA is getting sharper. Agent security is getting more real with OSAA, and the big model platforms are basically yelling, stop using us like chatbots, use us like systems.
Thanks for hanging with us on Blue Lightning Daily. Subscribe if you want the fast, useful AI creator rundown without the nonsense.
And go hit bluelightningtv.com for more AI news and updates. If an AI-generated stereo seagull shows up in your next ad, just tell them it's intentional sound design.
Catch you next time.